Hi my dear students, in last class we discussed about what is meant by resistance and on what factor a resistance of the conductor is depends, and how the resistance is varies when a wire is stretched. Okay, now in this class we discussed another one important concept, that is resistivity. Here already we know that a resistance. What is meant by resistance? It is opposition offered by a material to flow of electric current. That one we can call it as a electrical resistance. Then already we know the relations of or equation of resistance, that is R is equal to rho into L divided by A. Right? Here rho it is represents a resistivity of the material, L is the length and A is the cross sectional area, and R is the resistance of that conductor. Here this one shall write rho is equal to resistivity, rho is equal to R into A divided by L. If area, cross section area A is equal to 1 meter square and L is equal to 1 meter, then rho is equal to R. Then rho is equal to, substitute here 1 meter square and here it is 1 meter, therefore rho is equal to R. By using this one we define that resistivity. The resistivity is defined as it is a resistance. It is a resistance offered by a conductor. It is a resistance offered by a conductor of unit length and unit area of a cross section. Unit length and unit area of cross section. That one we can call it as a resistivity. The resistivity means it is opposition or resistance offered by a conductor of unit length 1 meter square. 1 meter and unit area of cross section, that is 1 meter square. That one we can call as a resistivity, or that one also we can call as a specific resistance. Then what is the SI unit of this resistivity? The SI unit of resistivity is here, that is resistance, it is ohm. Here area of cross section meter square upon length meter. Here m and m get cancelled, that's why it is ohm meter. Then SI unit of this resistivity is ohm meter. Then this electrical resistivity is depends on which factor? Already we know that resistance of the conductor is depends on 4 factors. One, it is temperature, nature of the material, length and area of cross section. But resistivity is depends on only 2 factors. One, it is nature of material, and the second one, temperature of the material or conductor. It is not depends on dimensions of the conductor. Dimensions means length and area of cross section. Length and area of cross section. It is depends on only temperature and nature of the material. If we let us will consider there are the 2 material. One, it is aluminum and another it is copper. Both are having same length, same cross sectional area at same temperature. The resistivity is different because it is depends on nature of the material. The example for some materials respect to their resistivity. Here the silver is having a resistivity 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. This resistivity value is at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. If this temperature is varies, the resistivity of this silver is also varies because its value is depends on temperature. And second one, here copper is there. The copper is having a resistivity 1.79 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. Copper is there. Aluminum. This aluminum 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. Here iron, it is 11 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. Magnetite, that is 44 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter, silicon 23,000, wood 10 raised to 13, glass 10 raised to 10 to 10 raised to 14. Observed here up to from silver to manganese. All these are conductors. And here silicon, it is semiconductor. And here wood and glass, these are the insulator. Observe the insulators values of the resistivity is more as compared to the conductor and semiconductor. We'll go to the another one concept, that is conductance and conductivity. The next one, conductance and conductivity. And now, first one, a conductance. What is meant by conductance? The conductance means it is ability of the material or conductor to conduct the electric current through it. Some material passes more current through it. Some material passes less current through it. Which are passes more current, that's having more conductance. Which material allows less current, that one having less conductance. It is also be defined as it is a reciprocal of resistance. That one we have to represent it as a conductance. This one we can represent G or symbolical representation C. Here it is a reciprocal of resistance 1 by R. Here this one also we represents, that is 1 divided by a rho into L divided by A, because R is equal to, already we know the equation, that is R is equal to rho into L divided by A. Substitute here, or this one is equal to A divided by rho into L. Okay, then what is the SI unit of this conductance? It is 1 by R is there, that's why 1 by ohm, or we can call it as a per ohm or Siemens. It is the SI unit of this conductance. Then what is meant by conductivity? Conductivity is exactly opposite to the resistivity. That's why it is a reciprocal of resistivity. The conductivity is a reciprocal of a resistivity of the conductor. That one we have to represent it as the conductivity. It is sigma, symbolical representation of conductivity. Sigma is equal to 1 divided by rho. 1 divided by rho. Rho is the resistivity. It is a reciprocal of resistivity. Then what is the SI unit of this conductivity? Here, what is the SI unit of resistivity? Ohm meter. 1 divided by ohm meter, or per ohm per meter. It is the SI unit, or Siemens per meter, or mho per meter. Or mho per meter is the SI unit of this conductivity. Okay. Then for this conductivity is more in the conductors. This conductivity is less in the insulator. For now, next one, that is the current density. Then what is meant by the current density? How can we define that the current density? Already we know the current. Then current density is defined as it is a current per unit area of a cross section normal to the direction of the electric current is called current density. Let us consider here a conductor. Consider a conductor having length L and a cross-sectional area A. Cross-sectional area A. If you apply a potential difference across its ends, or a battery is connected across the ends of this conductor, it constitutes electric current in the direction of positive to negative terminal of the cell or battery, here in this direction. Then current density, it is a current per unit area of a cross section normal to the direction of the current. Here current it is in this direction, and area is perpendicular, cross sectional area is perpendicular to this direction of the electric current. That one we have to represent it as current density. That is current density. That one we have to represent it as a J is equal to current per unit area of cross section. That is J is equal to I divided by A. Okay. Then SI unit of this current density is, here I is the current amps per, area is the meters per. That is amps per meter square is the SI unit of current density. Then this current density is vector form. It is a vector quantity. Then the current density is a vector quantity because it's having both magnitude and direction. See, the current then what is the direction of this current density? The direction of the current density is along the direction of the electric current. See, electric current direction in this particular direction. That's why current density is also in the same direction. Then how can we represent this current density in a vector form? That current density in the vector form, that one I is equal to vector of J dot vector of A. It is a vector form of this current density. Okay. Now we go to the one important note related to that current density. See, here we define that current density, that current per unit area of cross section normal to the direction of the current. This area is normal to the direction of current. Suppose if this area is not perpendicular normal to the direction of the current, then how can you find that current density? See here, see, it is a conductor is it's having a length N and the cross sectional area A. This cross sectional area is not normal to the direction of the electric current. In this situation, how can you find that current density? See, let us consider a small aerial element dA. Small aerial element dA. It makes an angle theta. It makes an angle theta with a current I. With current I. Let us consider dI is the current through this area. That's why you can take it as dI. dI is the current through this aerial element dA. See, this dA is resolved into two components because it makes an angle theta with the direction of this current dI. That's why here this one it is resolved into two components. One it is dA cos theta, and another one it is dA sin theta. Then current density we have to represent it as a J is equal to current per unit area. What is the current here? That is a dI. Then what is the area is perpendicular this current, that is component is dA cos theta. Here J is equal to dI divided by dA cos theta. Or this one shall write dI is equal to J into dA cos theta. Or this one we can represent in vector form. That is dI is equal to, shall I write J, vector J dot vector dA. Right? Here, how can, then what is that? It is a current through this area element dA. Then what is the current through that cross section area A? That one, that's why we integrate this one. Integration of dI is equal to integration of J dot dA. Or what is the integration of dI? That is I is equal to integration of J dot, or this one to represent here, I, integration of dI is I is equal to J dot dA. It is a current through this cross sectional area. Okay. Now the current density in terms of charge and the number of charge carriers. Here already we know the equation of current density, that is J is equal to I divided by A. Here I is equal to, that is a Q divided by T into A, because I is equal to Q by T is that. Substitute here according to quantized property of charge, Q is equal to NE divided by TA. It is an expression for current density in terms of charge and number of charge carriers. Okay. Now I'll solve one problem on the basis of electric current and current density. Okay. Here the problem is, an electron beam has an aperture 1 mm square. A total of 6 into 10 raised to 16 electron goes through any perpendicular cross section per second. Find the current, and second one, the current density in the beam. Here electron beam has an aperture. That aperture having a cross section area 1 mm square is there. Write down the given area of cross section of that aperture, that is 1.0 mm square, or this one is equal to 1 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. Right? On that aperture, the total number of the electrons, that is 6 into 10 raised to 16 electrons passing goes through any perpendicular cross section per second. It means T is equal to 1 second. Find the current and the current density in the beam. See, the first one, current is the aperture, that is 1 mm square. That is current. How can you find the current? That is I is equal to Q divided by T. Here they are not given the charge flow, they are given number of electrons flow. That's why that is Q is equal to NE divided by T. Here we know the value of N, E and T. Substitute here. N is equal to 6 into 10 raised to 16. E is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 divided by T is equal to 1 second. It means 1 square. Or this one is equal to 9.6 into 10 raised to minus 3 amps. It is current in the aperture. The next one, current density. How can you find the current density? Current density, that one we have determined, that is J is equal to I divided by A. We know the value of I. I is equal to 9.6 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by area of cross section, that is 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. Or this one is equal to 9.6 into 10 raised to 3 amps per meter square. It is the current density in the beam. Okay.